The forest was quiet before sunrise. A thin layer of mist covered the ground, and the trees stood still as if they were holding their breath. Then, breaking the silence, a deep and tired roar echoed across the jungle. It came from Shere Khan, the oldest tiger in the eastern forest. His golden coat still looked powerful, but age had slowed him down. His right leg was injured, and hunger had become a constant struggle. Still, he walked with pride. He was the king of this jungle, even if his body no longer felt like that of a king. Not far away, a tiny tiger cub wandered near the river. Her name was Mary. She had lost her mother in a flash flood and had been alone ever since. She ate whatever she could find, but she was weak, hungry, and scared of every sound. That morning, she came to drink water and froze when she saw Shere Khan standing only a few steps away. She expected him to attack her, but Shere Khan didn't move. He only looked at her with calm, tired eyes. For a moment, it felt like the entire jungle paused. Then a loud gunshot shattered the peace. Two poachers were hiding in the trees, aiming their rifles at Shere Khan. They had been waiting for days. A grown tiger could earn them more money than they would make in years. The first bullet missed, but it frightened Mary. She ran into the bushes while Shere Khan roared and retreated into the dense forest. The poachers chased after him, unaware that someone else had heard the gunfire. A forest ranger named Arman was nearby on patrol. When he heard the shots, he immediately radioed for backup and ran toward the sound. He knew Shere Khan well. The tiger was the heart of the forest, the protector of its balance. Losing him would be a disaster for the entire ecosystem. The rain started suddenly, making the forest wet and slippery. The poachers spread out, rifles raised, searching for the tiger. Shere Khan hid behind a fallen tree, breathing heavily. His shoulder burned from an old wound, and now a new bullet had grazed him. Still, he stayed quiet. He could smell the men, hear their footsteps in the mud. He waited. One poacher stepped into an open space. Shere Khan attacked in a burst of strength, knocking the rifle out of the man's hands. The man screamed and fell. The second poacher fired quickly, and the bullet grazed Shere Khan's shoulder. The tiger roared in pain but didn't back away. At that moment, little Mary appeared again, trying to defend Shere Khan with her tiny growl. The poacher kicked her, and she rolled across the ground, whimpering. Seeing this, something snapped inside the old tiger. With a furious roar, Shere Khan charged and pinned the poacher to the ground. But even then, he didn't kill him. Despite everything, he wasn't driven by hatred. He was a tiger who followed the laws of the forest. Before he could fire, Shere Khan leapt again, knocking the men down and sending the gun sliding far away. Arman stared in disbelief. A tiger had just saved his life. But as the poacher fled, Shere Khan collapsed to the ground. The wounds, the age, and the chase had taken too much from him. Arman rushed to him. Mary crawled close and pushed her tiny head against Shere Khan's face, making soft, sad sounds. The great tiger opened his eyes and looked at her. Then he looked at Arman. It was as if he understood that someone else would take care of the cub now. Arman gently touched the tiger's head and whispered, "I'll protect her. I promise." Shere Khan took one last slow breath, and then his chest grew still. The roar of the forest's greatest protector faded forever. Arman and the other rangers buried Shere Khan near the river where he had spent much of his life. They placed torches around the grave, honoring the king who had protected their jungle for so long. Mary sat beside the burial site for hours, her small body shaking with sadness. She had lost her family twice, but she wasn't alone anymore. Arman picked her up and whispered that she was safe. In the following weeks, Mary slowly recovered. She often returned to the river, sitting quietly beside Shere Khan's grave. Arman took care of her from a distance, allowing her to stay wild while making sure she never went hungry. She grew stronger, learned to hunt, and became faster and braver each day. After a year, Mary had grown into a beautiful young tigress. It was time for her to live freely in the deeper parts of the forest. Arman took her to a wide green valley. Mary looked at him one last time and touched her head against his leg, as if saying goodbye. Then she walked into the forest, confident and strong. Time passed, and Mary became the new guardian of the eastern forest. She ruled her territory wisely and kept the jungle in balance. Her roar echoed through the trees just like Shere Khan's once did. But every year, She returned to the river and sat beside the mound of earth that held the king's memories. She stayed there quietly, honoring the tiger who had saved her life and protected the forest until his last breath. Shere Khan's reign had ended, but his spirit lived on through Mary, the new queen of the jungle.